Hello, it's Mr. Barb. I want you to click this red here. Watch this wee video first. You click this link here. It will walk you through the whole lesson today, okay? In case we have it, this is asynchronous in case you didn't have a teacher or they didn't know a lot about math. I want to make sure you knew. So if we do have a sub, you can ask questions. And I think this is pretty much, you're not going to need a lot of help. It's pretty much just walk through. I think it'll be good until you get to the end, okay? For the Alex. Today we're going to do the surface area. We're actually doing cylinders and prisms. We're going to work on a review on volume too. Okay, so you're going to need your headphones. We video. You're going to watch that. That was first slide. Fill out your agenda. 25 lessons by 5:22. You need 25 of them. Okay, you'll get time at the end of class to work on some too. Brain training. I'm going to do a quick SOR review. We're going to do some Desmos, volume review, and surface area lesson, and then a Nearpod on your own. Okay, but the first four is together. You just have to watch the video, pull up your Desmos, and do it with me. Okay, let's start the lesson. Put your phones away. You are in class. Thanks to Haley for the meme. All right. Before we start, I want you to put up your four, just in practice, just to put up your four Desmos. Okay. So if you were here, you did this last class. If you weren't, you missed this. So you go to LCBS Go. You type in Desmos calculator. Desmos scientific calculator. Make sure you hit that one, and this will come up. Okay. I need 4 tabs. You do that 4 times. That way you can put 4 different formulas in. And I just did one for you. See that? I put that one in. To help you to remember, that's the formula. And all I have to do now is put a number in. Gives you the answer right up here, okay? So using Desmos will help you the whole time. Here I'll show you all 4. You can hit pause at any time. So type in this. As you notice this one on the left, I typed in the formula first, okay? And then put LWH. Over here on the right, I put the LWH and then the formula at the end. It does not matter. Let me repeat that. It does not matter. You can do it either way. I kind of like the left. You put the formula in and then you put the numbers in that you need, but it doesn't matter. And as if you learned last class, don't delete this because when you go back, the only thing you have to delete is these 3 numbers here for every problem. The formula will not change, so you don't have to delete the formula. So having those formulas up will walk you through, get you through all problems, okay? So take a second and add those pictures. Add that to your tabs, 4 of them. And I'm going to show you the other ones. Got to move a little ahead. Go ahead and copy these 2. Hit pause. Make sure you have this. This is for a cylinder, the volume and a surface area of a cylinder. A cylinder is like my coffee cup, you know. Like I said, what goes inside of it's the volume. What goes around it is the surface area, okay? We talked about that last class. So pause at any time to get those 4 tabs open. And like a cereal box for rectangular prisms is what goes inside of it is the volume, cereal, and if I wrap the box, it would be surface area. Think of birthday presents, for example. If I got a birthday present, I want to know what's inside of, the volume, what's inside, how much can I get inside that box. But if I go to the store to wrap it, to buy some wrapping paper, I need surface area. I need to know how to wrap it. Okay, so pause to get those 4 in. It's going to look like this. You're going to have Desmos 1, Desmos 2, Desmos 3, Desmos 4 with the formulas, okay? So when you get to it, it'll look just like these right here, okay? So pause at any time to type those in. When you're done, I'm going to go ahead, and this is a brain training. No points. We're not doing points or anything, but I am going to show you how to work this one out. This is just one problem for today. Let me see if I can get this. We're working back onto the pen like we used to. All right, 2-step. Let's see if it works. Yep. A little crazy there. My railroad tracks. All right, this is a constant right here, constant. And that's what we have to do first. My pen's not working too well. I haven't used it in a while. Opposite of a positive 27 is negative. what I do to one side, I do to the other. All right. Just like in any sport, if I lose points and I lose points again, that is not good. You're losing. Those points are going to get further away. We don't want that when you're playing a game. So, but you're losing. So you would add to, it would be a negative 40. Drop your negative 8x. Okay, a one-step equation. This is a multiplication problem. Opposite multiplication is division. You have to divide both sides by negative, because what you do to one, you have to do to the other. That gives your variable by itself, and it's positive. If I would not use that negative here, that would bring that negative x down. That I'd have to do another step. I don't want to do that. So negative 40 divided by 8 is 5. And I didn't do the sign yet. So the one time you do flip this sign right here, you flip it, is when you multiply and divide by a negative. So it's actually, so it's going that way, it's going this way. So do we have any that match that? D. Remember, when you multiply and divide by a negative, you always flip the sign. Okay? Hopefully you remember that. That's just a quick review. Let me erase this. And we'll move on. You don't have to do this on paper. This was just a quick review. We'll do some more of this on the following class, okay? Okay, let me go to the next slide. Okay, we did that. All right, this is the volume of a cylinder, okay? Again, using the formulas that I just gave you, V equals pi r2 times h, and V equals pi r squared times h, you can solve it using Desmos. If you didn't have Desmos, this is what you would have to do. You'd have to solve it by working it out. Pi times 2 squared times 3. You'd have to do it in the order of operations. It's a lot of work. Desmos takes care of all of it for you, and that's what we're worried about today, okay? The only thing I want to show you is this here is called the radius. Radius is what's half of the cylinder. So if that radius was 4, the diameter would be 8. It's double. So if you get a problem that has all the way across here, that's not radius, that's diameter. And that is, let's say it's 8, half of it would be 4. That's the radius. So if it gives you the radius, you're good to go. Plug it in. If it gives you diameter, you notice there's no D here, no diameter in your formula. So you have to actually divide it by 2. So if this was diameter with a D, and it says 10, half of 10 is 5. You have to know the diameter. You take it in half of it, okay? That's the only thing I want you to, one of the vocabulary words I want you to remember, diameter for this, okay? You have the radius and height, and you've been working on that. Okay? Some more formulas showing you how to solve it. They're breaking it down for you, okay? But again, we're just using Desmos. Don't have to do all that work. And they're showing you a picture of a soup can, okay, and how they broke it apart. Again, we're going to show you that with Desmos. Here's the formulas. Here's the ones we used last class. I like the volume. As you could tell, you just multiply 3 sides, length times width times height. And surface area, if you have to do that by hand, you'd have to multiply this one, and this one, and then add it. It's a lot of steps. But again, Desmos will do it for you. Okay, you just have to have the formula. Same way over here on the cylinder. We're going to work that out today using Desmos. All right, here's your vocabulary. A cylinder is geometric solid, circular bases. These bases are circles, and the lateral surface is a rectangle. So we're going to move on. And again, make sure you have your 4 tabs open, and each one of these formulas in there for the cylinder. All right, now we're ready to go to the activity 1. Activity 2, as you see here, you'll be doing that on your own. You're watching 2 videos and answer the questions. Okay, I can check it from home to see how well you did. Okay, so our last thing is our cylinders, and actually it's already open. It's right here. All right, real quick. It won't take long. 13 questions. So they're just asking for area for this. So for this one here, you just take 1 times 1, which is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. They're only asking for area. So in the box, let me close this. We don't need it anymore. Close it here, get out of the way. close it. Yes. All right. So it's not. All right. We'll put it down here. Try to put it down here. Next. Okay. For the next problem, how many unit cubes will it take to fill this rectangular prism? All right. How many you fill this how many cubic? So if just looking for the area, you would just multiply it, okay, using the formula for volume. 4 times 3 is 12, and then you take 12 times 5, which is 60, okay? So you're just multiplying. But I would go to Desmos and type in V equals LWH, L equals W equals H equals. And the numbers were 4, 3, and 5. It doesn't matter what order you put this in, 3 or 5. Comes up to 60, just like I said. Okay? So again, making sure you use Desmos. Next one. It's just showing you how they got 60. As I showed you in last class, you could go 4 across. If they didn't give you the numbers, you know it's 4 for the length, 5 for the height, and 3 for the width. Okay? And you just take that and multiply it. And we practiced this last class. All right. So here's another rectangular prism, 8, 5, and 6. And they're asking for, see if they're asking for volume or surface area. It says volume. Again, go to your Desmos, 6, 5, and 8. 6, 5, and 8. 240. See how easy Desmos works it out for you, okay? So it's 240. So plug that in. Make sure you I don't know if I remember. Open up your Desmos. You can follow along with this and add it in as you go, okay? So we can skip number 5. This one, it's asking for a cylinder. Now we're going to a volume of a cylinder, okay? Let me see. Volume of a cylinder. And let me plug that in. Hold on. 1 second. So the volume of a cylinder is V equals, I'm going to hit this little button right here, the pi sign, radius, square, H. Then all I have to do is hit R equals and H equals. You don't have to do anything for pi because it already reads it, okay? Already calculates that for you. So let's go back to the cylinder. So what numbers do I need? Oh, this is just asking how would you calculate it using that formula, okay? Now they're giving you the problem. So it's 10 to 3. Again, this is the radius, 3. So I don't have to take half of that. It's not the diameter. It's just giving you radius. So 10 and 3. So all I'll do is put 10 and 3. This is why it's so important that you put these formulas in and open up 4 Desmos, because it doesn't take long if you have these up, okay? So it gives you 942. Let's go to the next one. This one is asking for volume of a cylinder, so I'm going to have to put another formula in. Let's get one of my other ones that I haven't opened up yet. Oh, there it is. Volume of a cylinder. I do have it open. It is, oh, I lost it. Student brief. Ten 3. That's the one we just did. Okay. So let's just do this one real quick. 8 and 3. So I go to Desmos. 8 and 3 gives you the number. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the problem. It's not that one. Okay, that's the left cylinder. For the right one, it's 6 and 4. Again, 6 and 4. Gives you the answer, 452. Okay. So there's this one, let's say if I asked you to round, 452.3. Okay, 38. You would just keep it at 452. Just keep it, just round it off to the natural whole number, okay? 452. Let me see, what else do we have here? We're almost done. We're on number 9, okay? I want you to try this on your own. Just pause it and go ahead and try this on your own. Volume of a cylinder. Okay, and then I'm going to show you what you should have gotten. Okay. 8 and 4, or the second one, 4 and 4. Took me what, 3 seconds to do that. That's why it's important to have these formulas up. Okay. Are you ready for more? You are ready. Okay. Here's one more. Here they're giving you the formula of it, which you already have in Desmos, and they give you 2 more. Okay. So just plug in 2 and 2 and 6 and 1 for the volume. Okay. And that's the last question. Now, this had mostly volume of cylinders and rectangular prisms. I'm just going to show you one more thing. Let me close this out. Okay, this, just a quick review. This is for a volume of a rectangular prism, okay, for Desmos. You can always just type in the numbers, whatever you have for a rectangular prism. Think of a cereal box. Remember how much you can get inside of it. That would be your volume, okay? Let's talk about the surface area real quick before we get off here. The surface area of a, let's say, a cereal box is if I wanted to wrap that box, okay? Or think of a birthday present. You have to buy wrapping paper. You have to wrap the box, okay? Again, if you get a problem like that, you just plug these numbers, plug them in, and that's all you have to do, LWH, okay? Almost done, okay? Volume of a cylinder, this is the formula. Again, all you have to do is type in the radius and the height. Again, if you do get the diameter, you do take half of that. So if the diameter was 10, you'd have to put 5 in for the radius, okay? One more. All right, the surface area of a cylinder. We did not talk much about that. I'm going to show you one right now. Type in the formula. If you should have already done this earlier. R square plus 2 pi. If you don't know where the buttons are, you should be paying attention. You can use the keyboard too. For like radius, I can just type in R, and I can type in H, okay? So you hit enter, and I'm going to just put R equals H equals, okay? This is the surface area of a cylinder, okay? It's like I said about my coffee cup earlier. If you want to wrap my coffee cup up, it's the outside, okay? Let me see. Let's say your radius was 6 and your height was 8. Gives it to you, okay? I can't stress the importance of having those 4 tabs open so you can work through these with those formulas already typed in. So when you get your formula sheet, even on your SOL, you get your formula sheet, type those formulas in, okay? Then the rest is easy, okay? You just got to figure out, is it a rectangular prism or is it a cylinder? And you know those, okay? Is it asking for what's inside of it, or if it's asking to wrap it or outside, okay? And we're almost done. Now, what you need to do is activity 2 and independent work on your own. Nearpod is like a 5-minute video. You click here. You watch 2 videos and answer questions as you go, okay? It won't take long on that. It's just reviewing what I just went over the last 2 days. When you're done, go to Alex and start working on your topics, okay? And that is all of the lesson for today. And I hope you understand it, okay? Thank you, and have a good day.